This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. It's now time for entertainment segment, which means Scott Kellum is joining us to talk about movies. And today we're actually going to be talking about some Halloween movies, some classic ones, right?
That's right. So let me ask you, I always put you on the spot.
Yes.
What's your favorite Halloween movie from your childhood?
From my child.
Yep. Not recently, but as a child.
I don't know, because I like scary movies. So I want to say, like, the whole Freddy Krueger type thing.
Gotcha,
Nightmare on
gotcha.
Elm Street. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, let's talk about one movie that came out in about 2007 that was pretty popular, but not really overly known by people. A lot of people go out searching for horror movies, know about this movie, but a lot of people who just pick off the popular horror movies don't really know it. It's called Trick or Treat. This movie is very similar to a movie we're going to talk about next. It's actually kind of a copy in style.
Okay.
It's made up of small little horror movies that all interlock with each other, and they all follow around Sam. This guy you see right here. He basically goes around and follows these stories of werewolves and murders and everything like that, and they kind of interlock, and it's a pretty cool story the way they've done it, and it's really probably one of the most underrated horror movies of about our age now.
My problem is I rented this movie about a month or two ago for the first time, and I can't really remember what it's about.
Well, basically what it's about is these stories about...
This is why we bring you.
I know, exactly. These are these stories that, they follow a lot of the themes that everybody's town had at one point. The children who die in the school bus that, were pushed onto the railroad tracks, and you can see the handprints behind it. And they take all these stories that were kind of myths of everybody's town, and they interlock them, and Sam is kind of your tour guide throughout this whole thing. And it's a really cool idea, which leads us to our next movie, which... Creepshow.
Right.
Probably one of the best movies of my childhood. This was the first scary movie my parents let me watch, and it was probably too early for me to watch it when I was a kid because I had nightmares after this movie. The thing was, every year I wanted to watch it again. It would give me nightmares again and again. Stephen King, George Romero, two of the best names in horror, came together to do this movie. And what it is almost the exact same thing as Trick or Treat. It's all these small little stories, these small little horror stories that are short, sweet, and enough to give you chills for the rest of the day. And they don't interlock like Trick or Treat, but they all come together in this movie. And as Stephen King always does, he makes little segments. He's like Stan Lee in all the Marvel Comics movies. He always makes an appearance in it, and he does in all of his movies. So this is probably one of my most, if you haven't seen this movie, if you're looking for a good Halloween movie and you want to go classic, Creepshow is the way to go.
All right.
Which leads us to the last movie, Ernest Scared Stupid. If you have kids who have not seen Ernest, I was so happy this year. My two nephews and my niece have never been introduced to Ernest. Went out, got the 3-pack Ernest special, Saves Christmas, Jailbreak, and Scared Stupid. Probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't go a year through Halloween without sitting down and watching Ernest Scared Stupid because it is Jim Varney was our childhood. I mean, he was probably the one character. The Brits have Benny Hill. We have Ernest.
Right.
And this is probably one of the main movies. If you're looking for a good movie for your kids, a good Halloween movie that's kid appropriate, not too scary, and just all around a laugh fest, Ernest Scared Stupid is probably the one for your kids.
All right. So look at that. A little bit of everything for somebody out there,
Exactly.
right?
If you're looking for something new, you got Trick or Treat. If you're looking something older, you got Creepshow. And if you're looking for something for the kids, Ernest Scared Stupid. Now, there's thousands of movies out there in horror movies. These are just a few I think are probably ones everybody should not go through a Halloween without watching.
All right. Well, thanks for that.
Not a problem.
And we'll be right back.